Salut la famille et les amis qui suivaient mes aventures. Aujourd'hui, je vous amène dans un endroit vraiment exceptionnel, la forêt tropicale de Daintree, au nord de Port Douglas. Une forêt qui a 180 millions d'années. Comparé, l'Amazone n'en a que 7. On y trouve des espèces de fleurs et d'arbres restés pratiquement inchangés depuis l'époque des dinosaures. C'est un privilège immense de pouvoir la visiter. Au départ, un représentant du peuple Kuku-Yalanji, gardien de cette forêt depuis des millénaires, nous accueille à la gorge Mossman avec une cérémonie de purification.
So this is our mosquito repellent. It's not the spider web as our mosquito repellent. So this one here, the cleansing process, playing up the negative energy, bad thoughts, blushing. So what's the whole idea with this? As visitors, we don't want you to hear the rainforest or see the rainforest. We want you to feel the rainforest. So it's more internal connection that you have with the oldest different rainforests in the world. So just a quick reminder, a fun fact, this rainforest is not just the normal rainforest, it's the oldest rainforest. So it's older than the Amazon rainforest, pretty much. And after you complete a walk around the fire once, I'll explain what I have on my arm. So your tour guide here is going to be head of the state. After you've completed a walk around the fire once, just right behind you, I've got some artifacts that I like to elaborate what we use on a day-to-day basis. And again, feel free to take a picture and video. More than welcome to.
Alright guys, follow me, single file, and just pass through the smoke. And now this way, keep the snake going.
So what this all means, so the dots here, the dot represents rain. So it doesn't matter what season it is in the tropical climate of Queensland, it rains here a lot. Also, we do have a little bit of savanna area in our boundaries, so that's eastern, western. After we go past the savanna area, it's strictly desert. So there are 6 different tribes covering the desert that we maintain our relationship with. So I play a sport called rugby league. So when we come back from our journey, no pharmacy shops are open at night. If we're still in the rainforest, pharmacy open 24/7. So this stuff here, this stem is good for arthritis. So have a smell, pass it around, smells like DP, tiger balm, stinker rub, a magic trick. So a bit too early to do some magic. So probably want a beauty report this if you like. So this is what I use for my hair. This is my shampoo.
Par la suite, il nous fait une démonstration de l'utilisation de plantes riches en saponine pour se laver. Les feuilles de cette plante écrasées dans l'eau produisent une mousse légère, nettoyante.
So this leaf here, it's good for eczema. Good for mosquito bites, deep-cut wounds, heat rash, sunburn. Let me give it a try. Rub it in.
Ensuite, on suit et écoute le guide.
This is the wait a while, or the lawyer came. They throw out these nasty little tendrils here. They're loaded with little sharp fish hooks. Like, look how easily that's just ripping onto my hand like that. So the tendrils, they grow up and out and they pull themselves to the top. So you've got all these big trees doing all this hard work, and then this thing comes along and just cheats, okay? It's just climbing, it's nice and easy. Also, good survival tip. Every 30 meters of this vine contains about 2 liters of water. So you just cut it at the bottom, drink it like a big straw. Other vines in the rainforest, you see the big woody vines like in the movies like Tarzan and your storybooks and stuff like that. You get big, thick rainforest vines from the liana genus. The longest vine ever recorded was 1.5 kilometers long. It's massive. It's probably like from here back to the center, yeah? All right, keep an eye out for any bird life, any lizards. Look on the screen as well.
On se promène en gardant l'œil bien ouvert pour apercevoir les animaux uniques que cache cette forêt ancienne. Comme le kangourou des arbres de Bennett, qui peut faire des bonds de 9 mètres. le dragon des forêts de Boyle, le fameux casaoar à casque, le gecko des arbres de Daintree, le python vert et bien d'autres. Bien sûr, je n'ai pas vu tous ces animaux, j'aurais bien aimé, mais il faudrait que je reste plus longtemps dans cette forêt à l'explorer.
My suspicions were correct. This is where we usually swim. We won't be doing that today. Oh, beautiful.
Et surprise, un papillon Ulysse passe comme un éclair bleu devant ma caméra. Le voir porte chance, semble-t-il. Au ralenti, on dirait presque un rêve.
So this gorge here, for millions of years, has been just smoothed down by all the water flowing through here. So all the rocks are smooth. You can't grab onto anything, and there's lots of little cave systems. So once you go in there, you might die. You might get dragged under. You might hit your head on a rock. If you're not a strong swimmer, you've got absolutely no chance. Okay, so feel free to sort of go and touch the water, dip your feet in, but we will not be swimming. So the suspension bridge is up to the right. There's some lookouts there. Again, sort of head height on the trees. We get little Boyd's forest dragons like to hang out on the trees there. Keep your eye out for them. Otherwise, this is your time now, guys. You've got some free time. Go and explore. Please be back at that bus stop. What did I say? 10:50. Okay, so yeah, you've got about half an hour or so. So go nuts, guys. The suspension bridge is about 5 minutes away. This is your time. Go for it.
Alors, dans une rivière, trouver le jeu, avec toute la pluie qui est tombée ces derniers jours, ça peut prendre. Quand elle est plus calme, la rivière, on peut se baigner, mais c'est trop dangereux actuellement avec tous les remous qu'on peut voir. La forêt est vraiment dense et elle reçoit beaucoup de pluie. Ça va soigner un peu ici, là.
Now, another good survival tactic for the rainforest is have a big leaf. These guys right here have evolved massive leaves because the bigger your leaf is, the more likely it is you're going to catch some of that sunlight coming through. Very hydrophobic as well. The water slides right off these guys. You don't want water building up on you in the rainforest. You might get mold, algae growing on you. They do. If you love camping, you love the outdoors, and you want to start a fire in the rainforest, very difficult. Everything here is drenched, except the husk of this stuff. You can sort of see it's two trees. You have the host tree in the middle, and then all of these vines, little tendrils climbing around the sides. That is the strangler fig. So, just like the figs you know in the supermarket, these strangler figs have little fruits. The birds eat them, the bats eat them, and they poop them out into the canopy. The tree starts its life in the canopy. This is the root system. The trunk of the tree is way up there somewhere. So it's strangling the host tree by shooting those roots down into the root system of the host. It's going to steal all that nutrients from it. Eventually the host will die. It's going to rot from the inside out, and then the strangler fig will simply consume that tree. And then you're left with this beautiful hollow DNA-like structure. It's absolutely stunning. And the Gubialangi people would wrap up their dead in clay, in paper bark that we used in the ceremony today, and they would place their dead inside these trees, like a tombstone or like a mausoleum. It's like a sign of respect. So, imagine you are the first fleet. You come over to Australia on one of the very first Europeans get here, and you see skeletons inside these trees. These guys thought the trees were eating people. Absolutely. One ancient thing just down the way here I want to show you guys. So, this thing is very, very slow growing, okay? It's also one of the first things here. You had ferns and then conifers and then cycads were the first to emerge as plants. The cycad was the first to use other species to help pollinate it. So you got male and female plants. The males grow these little cones, and you get the beetles and the weevils attracted to those cones by the smell and the heat. Hopefully that beetle's then going to take the pollen to a female plant. These are insanely slow growing. They grow about a centimetre a year, so every 100 years that's a metre. So that is why I finally brought this today. I've been trying to do this, I just forget every single time. I leave it on the bus. Someone want to give me a hand with this maybe? Oh no, I didn't think this through. Yeah, you got that? It needs a bit more. I should have done this in my own time. Okay, what do we got? That's about 2 meters there. So this tree is, I'm having a troop. About 370 years old. We have another massive one just over there, which is probably double the height. You know, these things, I think the oldest is about 2,000 years old. And actually, the oldest pot plant in the world is an East Cape cycad. So these guys, they're very good at getting nutrients out of the rainforest. There's actually not a lot of nitrogen in the soil. There's not a lot of nutrients in rainforest soil. It gets used up very quickly. But these guys can take the nitrogen out of the air. So they're very good at finding nutrients. That's why they take their time. See down there.
La prochaine étape sera à bord d'une grande barque sur la rivière Daintree.
Welcome anyway to the Daintree River. We're going to head downstream. While we're cruising along, we're going to have questions. Feel free to ask. Think you see something of interest?
On souhaite pouvoir voir le roi légendaire de la forêt. Et il est là, sur la berge. Un crocodile marin de près de 4 mètres. L'expédition se termine ici, au cap Tribulation, le seul endroit au monde où 2 sites du patrimoine mondial se rencontrent.
All right, welcome to Mile Beach, everybody. That is Cape Tribulation. So, all day I've been talking about our World Heritage wet tropics, okay? There is another World Heritage site here. Has anybody not been to the Great Barrier Reef yet? You of you? One of you, one, two of you? Well, here it is right by your feet. Some of you are wondering what all this coral is doing here. All this dead coral is washed up on the beach because the reef is right there. You can see the waves breaking over it here, just over here, and at low tide, the reef actually sticks up out of the water. So from Cairns, 45 minutes via boat to get to the reef, but here along the coast, the reef actually curves inland and meets up with the mangroves. So you've got the mangroves over there that are actually growing on the coral reef, and little corals forming on those mangrove reefs. The only place in the world where 2 World Heritage sites meet each other. Yeah, so we love it here. It's very special. Captain Cook absolutely hated it here. In 1770, he crashed the Endeavour somewhere off the coast here. He used that as his landmark. Okay, so he had to get rid of 50 tons of material over the side of the boat so he could continue sailing on to the Endeavour River to sort of establish Cooktown. So this is where he put in his diaries. This is where our troubles began. This is where we went through our trials and tribulations. That's why we call it Cape Tribulation. We're basically making fun of Captain Cook. Yeah?
Repartir d'ici après avoir été initié par les Yuku-Liayanji, ça change complètement notre regard sur la nature. On se sent tout petit, mais surtout privilégié d'avoir foulé cette terre ancienne.